I'm Aaron from the Fun Robotics Network, and I'm here with Team 4946, the Alpha Dogs. Today they're going to talk about their incredible intake, large Spindexer, and really fast turret on their robot, getting around 15 balls per second. Learn more about their robot here on Behind the Bumpers. Okay, Ryan, tell me more about your large intake on this robot.
So we have a slap down intake. It's powered by an X44 on both sides. It just drops down like this. We have a bottom powered roller. It allows us to go over the bump without beaching onto any balls. And we have two more power rollers a little bit higher up, followed by two passive rollers, which allows the back pressure from the balls to not stall out our motors on the intake. And we also have a piece of fabric on the top to allow more capacity and allow the balls to expand outwards.
Before we get to our next segment, we'd like to thank the following. True competitors know that every second counts. That's why Kettering University challenges you to dive in right away as a first-year student. Participating in robotics programs helps Kettering students secure a valuable co-op. Whatever your interests, Kettering gives you more space to work faster and win faster. Learn more at kettering.edu/first. Osh Cut is the premier metal cutting service for first teams. No minimum order, options for same-day turnaround, 3D tube laser cutting, and with nearly 500 variations of metal in stock and ready to cut. Just upload a file and claim your 50% off discount when you scan the QR code or go to funroboticsnetwork.com/OSHCUT.
Okay, well, tell me more about the die rotor Spindexer and how many of the design considerations it had to be made to this robot.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to talk about our die rotor. So our die rotor is powered on the base by a X60 externally. It's belted over to the center. And then on the inside, it's powered by two X44s, one with a frontal roller here and another to power a rear roller at the back. This is also powered by an X44 there. Some design considerations we had in mind when making this. We wanted to make it 1.5 balls width to be able to fit as many as possible. We found that our limiting factor was gravity in this case, as we found that our balls would fall in 0.2 seconds. So we wanted to make sure that this speed matched the rate at which balls would flow into the robot. Our hopper has a capacity of around 14 balls around the center, so that really allows us to get up to that proper balls per second speed. So when we're intaking, they're all fed nicely in. Once they come in, they're powered up, centered with our rollers, and they're able to easily come into our turret. So with the updates to the bumper rules this year, it allowed us to really expand and optimize the size of our robot this year. So we decided by looking through the rules that the best shape for our robot would be a circular shape to maximize the amount of balls that we could hold. So the new bumper rules allowed us to have our polycarbonate walls on the outside to be able to be on the bumper itself. So that added a couple extra inches overall on the robot and really allowed us to maximize our space even more than we already had before.
All right, Tommy, tell me more about the turret on your robot.
All right, yeah. So as Will mentioned, we have a circle to maximize our capacity, and we have a diameter of about 35 inches. So since we want to fit about 2 balls up here to allow for easier, to allow the balls to feed more easily, the turret had to be roughly 11 inches in diameter. So you can see our entire turret package fits within this tiny 11-inch diameter. We have a 3-inch roller here with flywheels run by 2 Kraken X60s. We have our turret here. It's internally driven by a custom-made roller pinion. It's on roughly a 37.5 to 1 ratio. And we also have a hood here driven on a worm gear to reduce any backlash so that we're also able to increase or decrease our arc as needed. This allowed us to basically have, once again, maximum capacity without worrying about balls jamming up here because it's only 1.5 balls width, for example, when the balls are trying to fall. We also have a cable track here that is bolted with a constant force spring that just helps to keep our wiring nice and neat as it rolls around, giving us almost 360 degrees of rotation. So this, all in all, this allows us to achieve our roughly 15 balls per second. So this here's our dashboard. It basically just does everything that our drivers need in a match. So we have a robot odometer here, so we're able to track where the robot thinks it is versus where it really is, obviously. We have our manual offsets here, so if we notice we're under or overshooting, or if we're shooting left or right, we can always just adjust that on the fly. We have a shooting latency here that we can adjust, and our autos. A nice thing we have here is a timer for the shift times. So it'll give us, instead of the overall match timer, it'll give us the countdown from when our shift is like how much longer is our shift, along with whether or not our hub is currently active. And we found that this actually helped us in quite a few matches when the FMS just seemed to like freeze and the screen on the actual match was like frozen. So this helped us quite a bit. We also have our current tracking here. So for vision, we use two Limelight 4Gs. They're 180 degrees from each other, and they basically allow us to get our pulse estimation on everyone on the field. And with this geometry and the swerve mods, we're able to accurately track our position, which allows us, and velocity, which allows us to shoot on the fly with this robot. So here, we can do a robot demonstration here. So we have our intake. Yeah. And then we're able to shoot it now, so like that. Watch out, we're shooting. Awesome. Yeah.
It was great to learn about your robot. Like, awesome. Yeah, you guys are doing great things. Hope you guys go win.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos. Osh Cut is the premier metal cutting service for first teams. No minimum order, options for same-day turnaround, 3D tube laser cutting, and with nearly 500 variations of metal in stock and ready to cut. Just upload a file and claim your 50% off discount when you scan the QR code or go to funroboticsnetwork.com/OSHCUT. True competitors know that every second counts. That's why Kettering University challenges you to dive in right away as a first-year student. Participating in robotics programs helps Kettering students secure a valuable co-op. Whatever your interests, Kettering gives you more space to work faster and win faster. Learn more at kettering.edu/first.